Hey, everybody. Guess who's back? Guess who's back in our honored and revered garage?
Yeah, we're back and we're in the garage. We're not working on cars, we're working on beers.
Tony's been working on beers. He's actually got some new ones to show you.
Well,
Let him show.
we haven't been in the garage. You know, if you've been watching, you know we've been on site at
Yeah, we've been doing on-site
various
brew
breweries,
reviews.
so we've been fortunate for that. But eventually, we got to come back in the garage and do it old school. So yeah, there's a scattering of new. They're all along the bottom here. The top three shelves are pretty much the same as you all remember them. So yeah, it's been a while since we filmed. What did we say? A couple months since we filmed?
Yeah, it
Actually,
has been
yeah.
actually a while because prior to this was Bad Beat, and then there was Love Lady, and
Yeah, we've had quite the string. I know we had time off during the holidays and personal loss and things like that. So
exactly.
we're back in the garage.
We're back and we're badder than ever.
We're working on beers, not cars.
We are actually continuing a series that we had established earlier. This is part of the Cellared series. Today, or this review and the review next week will both be cellared beers. Oh, is that a date on it?
Oh, bottled.
Aha!
We got a bottled date. Yeah.
All right. This
We have a
today's beer, and Tony will be showing
It's
it to
almost
you
4 years to the day.
momentarily. That's it came from our good friend Karl Herrera, who used to be
Hi, Carl.
a part of the Tenaya Creek staff. What is
Yep.
Karl doing these days? I'm not exactly certain.
He's still in the industry. I couldn't tell you his
Exactly.
title.
I knew he was.
I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you his title, though. Maybe if Tracy Bradley watches this, she can help out.
Exactly, or maybe
There's
if Carl
still-
watches it. I will be tagging you on Facebook, and
yeah.
so
Yeah. Tell us your job again, because it's been a while since we've, hell, it might have changed once or twice since.
but this was a gift from Carl.
Thanks again, Carl.
I believe it was, I can't remember, I want to say maybe it was a Christmas gift. Anyway, he'd had this for a while.
And so have we.
And so have we, actually. Yes, that's true. We've had it for at least over a year now.
That's crazy.
And as Tony said, it's how old to the day?
The bottle on date is March 18th, 2016. So
Wow, almost 4 years old to the day.
pretty much.
So this is
Today
aged.
is March 1st, by the way, as we're
And Tony will go ahead and show you what
filming
the
this.
bottle is. It is the
Uh-oh,
Dragon's
glare.
Milk.
We got some glare.
We do.
New-
Dragon's Milk Barrel-Aged Stout from New Holland Brewing.
New
I gotta
Holland.
admit, I don't think I've ever had a beer from New Holland Brewing. I didn't go through my untapped
think I
listings
have.
and see, and maybe I have, maybe at some point, you know,
I think I have.
at like Aces or at the Creek,
Something. Yeah,
there was
something.
something untapped. But to my knowledge, I don't think I've ever purchased a bottle or can of New Holland beer.
Got
And,
the Halloween
open it from-
themed colors here, and
Yeah, I mean, it's Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's Milk.
Ooh.
Of course, a bourbon barrel aged stout. This is going and 11%, I think, was the ABV on this thing. Yeah, exactly 11.
Want to tell us what
We're
we have
we're
back
in
here?
for a rich one, folks. Rich, roasty, and creamy with heavy notes of vanilla and just enough familiar warmth from oak barrels. Reminds us that all of life's events, big or small, are worth celebrating. Celebrate the moment. That's for Chris Jones.
It is.
Pairings: red meat, smoked foods, balsamic, rich cheese, and dark chocolate. So
There you go.
not all at once. Don't throw it all in the blender. And
And I think you should actually. I
Okay,
think you
do
should
it.
put red meat in.
he knows
in,
more about these things than I do.
Yeah, the fat guy does. So big
That's
surprise.
Not what I meant.
But it's true.
This guy.
This guy. What are you gonna do?
So do we want to cover the beer first, or the news of the upcoming?
You know, the truth of the matter is, like, I did not do my homework on this one.
No, I meant your the demise of.
Right. But I mean, you said you
Oh,
want to
okay.
cover the beer, and like I said, there's not a whole lot more to cover about it. It's a
Well-
barrel-aged stout. It has 11% ABV.
Okay, if
do we
they're
have an
interested, though,
Do we have an IBU count on this bottle or no?
I don't think I saw it on here.
Okay.
New Holland is out of Holland, Michigan, in case you were wondering. I think that's basically everything that's going to be on the label we can pass on to you. Yeah, I don't. There's nothing mentioned about any more stats. So
No, we are going to try to be cranking these out. We do have, what have we got, another 3 more beers of the Cellared series left in your closet
yeah,
or more?
well, yeah, we got the one we're going to do basically next week that you're going to see, and yeah, there's one more in the pantry that I think is a barrel, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so there's at
They've
least
been in
3.
my pantry for several months.
There's at
so-
least 2 more and possibly 3 more.
Yeah.
And we'd also like to try and crank out a couple more on-site reviews. Like, I'd love to do Banger.
At
Banger, I
least,
think, would be
at
great.
least once
and
more, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we'll see how it
Able
pans
Baker
out.
or Hop Nuts or one of those places. And
We'll see how it pans out, because there is a reason for that, because time is ticking
It is indeed.
on the TigerSox series, ladies and gentlemen.
Blue Collar Beer Gentleman will be relocating
This one's leaving us,
to
so
Los Angeles. Can't convince him to come with me. And
I kind of have a job and a life and a
you
spouse
know,
and a medical coverage here and all that.
these are minor things.
I want out of Vegas. I'd love to get the hell out of Vegas. But anyway, yeah, the TigerSox series. Today is March 1st. You're pretty much gunning for June 1st, so 3 months is basically to the day pretty much that we got with this one here. So we'll try to get at least another 10 reviews maybe filmed.
Yeah.
I don't know. No target for anything because every time we try to project what's going to happen, here comes a monkey wrench.
Exactly. And, there's been no shortage of curveballs lately, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And,
so let's get to
let's get to the drinking.
pouring this.
And
now that you've all got first of all, wipe the tears from your eyes because you're not going to be able to watch this video if you are crying because of the news. So, okay, are you okay?
Yeah, what I am wondering though is your family is pretty much like equidistant between myself and you.
I have some family that I would visit in Southern California and some that I won't. But yeah, I've got my parents live in Ramona, California, which is not near Los Angeles. I mean, it's about 100 miles away. It's closer to San Diego. And my sister is in Barstow, and her kids in Victorville. So if you're familiar with Southern California, the trek from Vegas would take you to Barstow, to Victorville, to Los Angeles. So we'll see.
Well, if she ever wants to play hostess, and we could meet
Well, actually, my sister Brenda loves going to breweries.
Oh, there you go.
She's actually shared me pictures of like various stops they've made. So,
Kelly, if you're watching, that's a bottle cap for you.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to pour my liquid into this fine Astronomy Ale Works glass.
Ale Works.
Matt Brady, here you go.
Located in the brewery district of Henderson, Nevada.
Hope you appreciate the shout out. I do not expect a free beer, but hey, if you want to throw one my way, ulterior motives.
Tell your designated driver you are going to Astronomy Ale Works in the brewery district.
Yes. Anyway, great place to visit.
You will also find Bad Beat Brewing just around the corner.
Yes, you will. Craft House is there too, and then 2 other breweries in Henderson. You got Love Lady, and you got the brand spanking new Mojave.
Yep, over in the Water Street district. And there's also, isn't the distillery somewhere there in the
distillery is like
Las Vegas
basically
distillery is right there in the brewery
just
district?
steps away from Matt's place.
So I don't know that there's anything in the way of
Give me that.
tasting room or anything like that, is there?
I don't really know. That's a good question. I've never actually stepped foot in.
Okay, I'm going to try to look into that, guys.
Chris's glass is just
a standard.
So don't look for any labels here.
This is not actually labeled an Imperial Stout. However, when you've got 11%, you've basically made an Imperial Stout. And Imperial anything should always be drank from a tulip glass. And if you're wondering, Tony's glass is not in fact a goblet. It is a tulip. If you look very closely at the top of his glass, it does kind of flare out there. It flares out at the top a little bit there. And that is, tapers in but then flares out. So that is what in fact makes it a tulip.
And I'm sure if you're watching this video, it's likely that you own a tulip glass or several various styles of fancy schmancy beer drinking glasses.
I'm smelling booze already. I mean,
oh yeah,
big booze.
We have a kind of a breezy day occurring right outside our garage, so it is definitely swirling in the air, and it is definitely bringing this thing. It's kicking the bouquet up big time.
Big time booze. I'm also getting chocolate. Yeah. Actually, I'm getting very like baker's chocolate.
This is almost intimidating smelling because it is extremely rich smelling.
That's true.
And boozy.
Yeah, like this is the one you'd be getting a 10-ounce pour of at the tap room, where they'd be definitely restricted.
If you ask for more than 10, they're going to go, no,
yeah.
Your 10's where we top
exactly.
That. Like you said, very baker's cocoa heavy, which I always like. I think it's a wonderful aroma.
I'm noticing just the slightest bit of sediment when I do a swirl on the lacing. Instead of lacing, when I get it, just a little bit of. Do you see the sediment build up on yours after you?
Yeah, actually, I do. I didn't catch that right away, but yeah.
It's not. I don't think like you would actually taste it because it's teeny tiny particulate.
Teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny.
So yeah, beard swipe you already did.
I didn't do a beard swipe actually. I just stuck my schnoz directly.
How about a clean shaven swipe? Can I do that? Because I am smooth as a baby's bottom.
Double swipe.
Call it what you will. Discuss amongst yourselves. All right.
Shall we get to drinking?
Yeah, let's do that.
Cheers.
Let's do that.
Thanks again, Karl.
Thanks, Karl. Oh man, you just get a grip on this real quick. The cocoa's definitely, to me, the dominant,
It is,
the
in
dominant
fact.
note. Yeah.
What's kind of funny is that it's not boozy on the tongue, but it's definitely alcohol burn in the nasal cavity. So
Mhm.
when you're tasting it, you're not getting that, oh man, this is like just drinking. Like sometimes you get almost like you're drinking grain alcohol or something that just
Yeah, like
alcohol
something
flavor.
spilt in the aisle
I'm
at the
not getting that.
pharmacy, and you're
However,
like,
by
"What
the
is
time
that?"
it goes down the throat, I am getting it in my nose. That just that warm
Yes,
alcohol burn.
I would say it's more boozy from basically from about this distance
Yeah,
than it is when you have your face buried in the
it's
glass.
boozier. Yeah, it's definitely boozier in the bouquet, and the bouquet is boozier the further you are from the glass itself.
Yeah, you're definitely getting you're swirling a little bit better than I am. You're a better swirler.
Well, swirl from the stem. That's part of
I
what.
don't want to.
There you go.
See, he still teaches me shit about beer.
And there's always
Look at me
stuff to
swirling
learn.
incorrectly.
Always stuff to learn.
And then the glass goes flying out of my hand. Swirling, lose control.
When I was last at Total, I saw that there is actually a bourbon barrel aged glass. I am maybe I'll head back to Total and grab one of those just so I can show it to everybody. I like to use proper glassware, but as I say each and every time, as long as you've got a good pint glass, you've got a glass for beer. So if that's all you got on hand is a quality pint glass, it's not a Boston shaker with a flat bottom. Um, you've got
Let's be real. The fluid is not going to. You could pour this in a coffee cup, and it's not going to change the. As long as your shit's clean, you're going to have.
it's just a question of this. It makes it easier to savor and enjoy the beer if
Yeah,
it's in the
I'd rather
bourbon.
be able to see it. I mean, I don't want to pour it in anything that I can't see the beverage. But so what else are you thinking?
I'm going to
The
describe this as
vanilla is kind
probably a
of.
medium mouthfeel. I'm not getting much vanilla at all.
That's what I was going to say because it mentions it on the label, and I'm
Mhm.
like, come on, vanilla, where are you? Maybe it was
Admittedly, it
lost in the
is
4 years.
exactly
I
the
don't know.
4 years aging. Our friend Brian at Tenaya Creek, beer tender, actually told me when I was talking about grabbing something, I think it was a bottle of their old Jackalope barley wine, and I said something about aging it, and he said to me, "Don't do it." And so far, I would say that pretty much everything he said,
Yeah.
we felt that he was absolutely
Yes.
right. That's why this cellared series will be the last of the cellared series. I will not be cellaring any more beers. Um,
Hey,
maybe if I
had
might
to try it. You know.
if there's a bottle that I particularly like and I think, okay, I want to save this for some special occasion 4 or 5 months down the road,
Right.
sure. But otherwise, I am not cellaring beers for 2, 3, 4 years at a time like this any
And
longer.
I never buy beers with that intention anyway. I'm just that's not my mindset. If I go pick up a brand new bottle on a shelf at whatever store, it's meant to be enjoyed really relatively quickly. It will not last in my refrigerator longer than a week, maybe. I mean, I'm not a fan of aging beers myself, but
Yeah.
um, outside of the cocoa, and the alcohol just kind of being subtle at the back end, like you said, I'm not really picking up many other complex flavors. Like
Honestly, I think I like this
it
well
tastes
enough
good, but it's not
that
complex. Like
I would be willing to try this in its natural state. Like I would be happy to pick up a fresh bottle
are you getting the
of.
bourbon at all?
I'm not really picking up the wood
No.
at all. I'm not getting the age, and I'm wondering if that didn't mellow out from the aging
Yeah.
too.
Which
That's why I say I would love
why
to.
buy it if that's the end effect?
I think that's what I am going to do. Very, very soon. I'm going to be buying a bottle of this, and Tony and I will probably do a review of the more recent, because I just want to see fresh off the line
Sure, this is 4
what it
years
tastes
old.
like, and we do want to see because the others, most of the others, we've had an ability to compare. Like next week, we're doing the 120-minute IPA from a Dogfish Head. We've had compare and contrast before. We know
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
but this one,
We know what's coming.
considering I've never, like I said, to my knowledge, I've not even had a New Holland beer, and if I had, it certainly wasn't out of a bottle or can. I can't compare it, but I am thinking that I like this enough that I am more than willing to try this beer again. I think.
We got less than a minute. I don't think it's as I mean, of all the Russian Imperials we've had, I mean, they do call
Well, this
this.
isn't Russian
No,
Imperial.
they actually don't
they
call
don't
it
even call it
Imperial.
Imperial.
You're right. I misspoke. I just went right for the bourbon barrel aged
Make your
stout.
point, though. We got.
Yeah. This one just doesn't really bring the wood flavor. It doesn't bring the bourbon, but like you said, give us a fresh one.
Yeah.
Probably a different story.
And I'll be
So,
getting to work on that soon. Guys,
yeah.
until next time, drink good beer.
Drink the
Don't
good
break the
beer.
bank
Don't
doing
drink
it.
the bad beer.
And if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.
How could you
See
not
you
like
next
this
week.
video?